everybody thinks the US is actually a fairly mature market, and it is somewhat. We did start in the 1990s, but that was mainly in finance. It was a interim or part-time controller or CFO. It really wasn't until 2014 where they started to look at interim executive management for other roles in HR and engineering and IT and sales and marketing. So really it was then when the gig economy started to get traction that you saw the market in the United States start to really expand. And we're in diverse industries. Some countries, they focus on manufacturing, automotive, and other areas. We here in the United States, we focus on all of them. I mean, every single type of company, whether you're in manufacturing, healthcare, financial services, whatever, can be construction, you have a need for interim managers at one time or another. So we serve all industries. We also have a very large pool of interim executives. We have over 12,000 across the United States that we place in opportunities. And the nice thing about that is no matter whether you're in a small town in Tennessee, whether you're in Montana, or you're in Miami or in San Francisco, we have the interim executives that we can place and help you with whatever needs you have. And now, unlike back in the 1990s, we use interim executives, or I should say our clients use interim executives for strategic purposes. It used to be that they would hire somebody for a controller that just got fired and they need somebody to fill in until they found somebody on a permanent basis. Or they had somebody in HR that was going out on maternity leave and we would place somebody in there. So they were more placeholders. That's not what we get today. When clients come to us, they're addressing immediate challenges that they have within their companies. Things like, my employee turnover is so high, can you help me? None of our technology talks to each other in our company, and we're running so efficiently, we just can't make a profit. Can you help me? Another one is, I have a marketing and sales department, but yet my sales have plateaued. What do I do? These are the types of things that we get from our clients today. It's not that, oh, I need an interim sales executive. Oh, I need an interim controller. They don't ask those questions anymore. They specifically get to the point of what is their need, which we love because we can actually serve our clients better. Also, demand in the US is extremely high. It was interesting because HR was a functional area that before the pandemic really wasn't that high up in the functional areas that we would place very often. Now, because of the pandemic and all the changes that have occurred in companies today, it is either one or two on our list of functional areas that we place. Just like I mentioned, we have all this turnover in our employees. What do I do? Instead of going to payroll or somebody in administration trying to help them out in those issues, they're really looking for somebody who knows what they're doing in HR now. So HR operations are usually our number one, and number two, finance is right up there with it. IT, and then sales and marketing also very high on the list. And then the other thing I'll mention is we do a lot. In fact, it kind of started back in the pandemic as well. We have something called try before you buy. Clients, they've hired a operations manager, and they've actually had 3 in the last 2 years. They just can't get the role right. So they come to us and say, hey, can you help us? The department is now just a real mess. Can you help us clean it up and then help us hire a permanent person for that role? Well, along the way, they find out that they really like the interim executive in operations that we put in their company. So they've come to us and they say, can we keep this person? Absolutely. Well, now that happens quite a bit, and 20 to 25% of our business converts to full-time.